This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 1636, 4 Must-Know Habits of All Highly Successful People by Brian Tracy of briantracy.com, and I'm Justin Malik. This is the podcast where I act as a personal narrator for you for free, usually from blogs, sometimes from books, but in either case, always with permission from the authors, every day, including weekends and holidays. And I'll keep this intro nice and short, so let's get right to it as we optimize your life. 4 Must-Know Habits of All Highly Successful People by Brian Tracy of briantracy.com. The whole secret of personal success is to find out what your calling is and then do it. One great question for your individual success is, what are the habits of successful people? Why is it that some people have positive thinking patterns while others do not? What determines your self-concept for success? Many successful people have been interviewed over the years and asked the question, what do you think about most of the time? Their answers are simple and consistent, and yet so profound that they can be life-changing. In short, the habits of successful people revolve around positive thinking. They think about what they want and how to get it. Successful people have all concluded one way or the other that your self-concept and mind is programmed from early childhood. Your self-concept plays a decisive role in almost everything you think, feel, and accomplish as an adult. By learning these 4 habits of successful people, you too will become a successful person. Number 1, they have great self-concept. Your self-concept is the master program of your subconscious computer. It acts as your mental operating system. Every thought, feeling, emotion, experience, and decision you have ever had is permanently recorded on this mental hard drive. Once recorded, these impressions then influence the way you think, feel, and behave from that point onward. Your self-concept precedes and predicts your levels of effectiveness in every area of your life. Your self-concept explains why mental laws have such an inordinate effect on your personality. Number 2, they are consistent. Once you form your self-concept in a particular area, you must always act in a manner consistent with it. You may have extraordinary ability in a particular area, but if your self-concept is poor in that area, you will always perform below your true potential. The habits of successful people are to have positive thinking and positive self-concepts in all areas of their life. You have a self-concept for how well you speak in public, how popular you are, what kind of a spouse or partner you are, what kind of parent you are, how well you perform in each sport or physical activity, how organized or disorganized you are, how well you manage your time and how productive you are, your ability to read, write, and do mathematics. In your business and career, you have a self-concept for every aspect of your financial life. Through positive thinking, you have a self-concept for how much you earn and how hard you have to work to earn that amount of money. You have a self-concept for how rapidly you are promoted and how much your earnings increase year by year. Number 3, they step out of their comfort zone. Whatever your self-concept, your habit of thinking with regard to money or any other area of performance will become your comfort zone. Your comfort zone then becomes your greatest single obstacle to improved performance. Once you get into a comfort zone in any area, you will strive and struggle unconsciously to remain in that comfort zone, even though it may be vastly below what you are truly capable of achieving in that area. The key to achieving your full potential and develop the same habits of successful people is for you to raise your self-concept in through positive thinking patterns. It is for you to develop new habits of positive thinking about what is possible for you. The way that you accomplish vastly more on the outside is by changing your thoughts and feelings about your potential in that area on the inside. And number 4, they're positive thinkers. Your self-concept is your self-ideal. This is the ideal image or picture you have of yourself as if you were already the very best person you could possibly be. Your self-ideal and self-concept are made up of your wishes, hopes, dreams, goals, and fantasies about your perfect future life, combined with the qualities and virtues that you admire most in yourself and in other people. Your self-ideal and self-concept is a composite through positive thinking of the very best person you can imagine yourself being, living the very best life you could possibly live. High-performing, successful, happy people have very clear self-ideals. They have clear ideas of what they like, respect, and admire. They have clear ideals about the virtues, values, and attributes of the superior men and women that they want to emulate. The most successful people have an uplifting, inspiring vision of what a truly excellent person looks like and how he or she behaves within their self-concept. You are a remarkable person, possessed of incredible untapped potentials and abilities. Whatever you have accomplished in life so far is only a shadow of what is truly possible for you. There are virtually no limits on what you can do, be, and have, except for the limits that you impose on yourself with your own thinking. By following these 4 steps and by taking complete control of the development of your self-concept through positive thinking, you lay the foundation for the development that will enable you to accomplish more in the next few years than the average person accomplishes in a lifetime. You just listened to the post titled 4 Must-Know Habits of All Highly Successful People by Brian Tracy of briantracy.com. And I'll have some comments, but first, with Father's Day coming up, it's common to ask, what do you buy for your dad who doesn't want anything? That's where the grommet comes in, where over 3,000 items sold come with a unique background. This is a place where you'll find meaningful gifts your dad has never seen. It's really cool. The grommet sources all products from small businesses where business owners and makers followed their passions to make products that are one of a kind compared to what you can find at a big box store. And this is a woman-owned company that has been launching quality products that you know now before they were big. Companies like Fitbit, OtterBox, and Swell. Every product they carry holds a meaningful story. I'm sure your dad would love hearing about it. And have some perfect gift ideas from the grommet: an indoor tabletop grill that's perfect for dad, organic yard dice, or artisanal brew bread mixes for a great time with the family. We're partnering with the grommet to bring you this great offer for first-time customers. Visit thegrommet.com/old to save 15% on your entire first purchase. That's thegrommet.com to save 15% on your entire first purchase. And thank you to Brian. I'm sure we all have areas in our lives that we can improve upon. I'm sure that's why you're listening to this podcast in the first place. And with an article title like that, talking about highly successful people, I do want to remind you that success isn't a set milestone or goal. Sometimes we get into that mode of thinking like, once I have a net worth of $1 million, then I will be successful. It's not binary because first of all, who decides who is successful? I might call you successful and maybe you don't think you are, or vice versa. Maybe you think you're successful, and isn't that all that really matters? Does it matter if someone else thinks you're not successful? Probably not if you're happy most of the time. But if you don't feel that way and you want to be quote unquote successful, keep that in mind. Personally, I don't think you're ever done or reached the level of being successful. Instead, we can live our lives in a way that we're more positive than negative, like Brian mentioned. And also, like he mentioned, in a way where we're discovering our calling and doing that for life. I think that's a pretty good definition for success. That's enough for today. Thank you for being here and listening through to the end. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.